Hello, my name is Kelly Roth, and I decided to do my natural disasters research project on the 1994 earthquake. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, so how it happened on the early morning of January 17th, 1994, which was also the morning of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a sudden trembling began around 4:31 a.m. when a lot of residents were still asleep in their homes. This trembling not only caused severe damage to structures such as homes, parking structures, office buildings, freeways, and many others, but it also disrupted the lives of well over 100,000 people, resulting in both the loss of life and economic income. Researchers suggest that the Northridge earthquake happened along a previously undocumented fault, which is located within a network of faults beneath the crust of Southern California. The rupturing of the fault caused widespread liquefaction of the ground, resulting in such a large amount of structural damage. The Northridge earthquake holds an importance in history for many reasons. The main reason this earthquake is remembered is due to its costly bill in damages and repairs stretching into the millions, making it the costliest earthquake disaster in US history. The quake was one of the largest to take place in an urban California setting, where even some researchers suggest that this earthquake was almost as destructive as the 1906 earthquake. Unfortunately, when a natural disaster occurs, there is always the likelihood for fatalities and injuries to happen. Most importantly, the occurrence of this earthquake helped to establish the CEA, or California Earthquake Authority, which is a company that provides earthquake insurance for most of California residents. Because of the unpredictability of earthquakes like this one, other practices like the Great California Shakeout have been put into place to help prepare people for when the big one happens. The shakeout practices occur once every year in October to remind children and adults to take cover and hold on when an earthquake happens. Okay, let's take a look at some data about the Northridge earthquake. So, the epicenter of the Northridge earthquake is said to be located about 20 miles northwest of Los Angeles and 1 mile southwest of Northridge, which is near Reseda, California. The magnitude of the earthquake was 6.7, which lasted about 10 to 20 seconds long and was later followed by two 6.0 aftershock earthquakes. The first one occurred seconds after the main shock, and the second happened about 11 hours later. The earthquake took place on a blind thrust fault and located near the infamous San Andreas Fault. Unfortunately, this event did cause a lot of structural damage that resulted in about 60 deaths and over several thousand injuries. So here are some photos of the damage from the earthquake. Here we can see a health clinic that is damaged. This picture shows the exterior paneling from the second floor hanging down across the top of the first floor. We can also see a building called Ara's Pastries, which was severely damaged, located along East Hollywood. Here we can see some damage on Balboa Boulevard. Both gas and water pipes burst beneath Balboa Boulevard, north of Simi Valley Freeway from the force of the main shock, which created this bizarre, destructive combination of fire and water. Here we can also see a tangled and collapsed stairwell, which was located at the CSUN campus, and there is an estimated of 250 to 350 million in damage here. Here's a few more photos from the Northridge earthquake. We could see more structural damage up here, and then some more uplifted street pavement here as well. So why should we care about the Northridge earthquake? Although causing tremendous damage, the Northridge earthquake proved the Earth's ongoing unpredictability and strength, as well as helped play a role in evolving structural engineering and earthquake preparation and protection for the future. This disaster affected many California citizens, leaving them to flee their homes in search of supplies such as food, water, and shelter. Due to the major shaking and destruction of the Northridge earthquake, studies show an estimated 20 billion in damage from the quake alone, further resulting in an economic loss of $40 billion. With that being said, it's important to be prepared for such disastrous events, especially when living in California. This region we live in is prone to earthquakes, so being unprepared seems pretty unreasonable. There is always the talk of the big one, and who knows when it'll occur or what types of damages we will face in the aftermath. Although the unpredictability is scary, it's better to be prepared than to be without in times of dire need. So here's a list of some different types of supplies you would want to pack into an emergency kit for yourself or your family. Some of the main areas this list focuses on are the essentials you would want to have with you in times of disaster, such as water, non-perishable foods, first aid supplies, important documents, as well as other things like flashlights, batteries, maybe a generator, other tools along with your pets and their necessities as well, whatever seems important. So that was my presentation. Here are my cited sources that I used to help find the information about the 1994 Northridge earthquake. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.